Had some popcorn earlier. Didn't realize it was still on my shirt. I believe in love, it's all we got. Love has no boundaries, costs nothing to touch. A war makes money, cancer sleeps, curled up in my father, that means something to me. Churches and dictators, politics and papers, everything crumbles sooner or later, but love, I believe in love. I believe in love, all we got. Love has no boundaries, no borders to cross. Love is simple, hate breeds those who think difference is the child of disease. Father and son make love and guns, families together, kill someone without love. I believe in love. Without love, I wouldn't believe in anything that lives and breathes. Without love, I'd have no anger. I wouldn't believe in the right to stand here. Without love, I wouldn't believe, couldn't believe in you. I wouldn't believe in me without love. I believe in love. I believe in love. I believe in love. Happy Sunday, everybody. Good to see everyone. When you look into my eyes and see the crazy gypsy in my soul, it always comes as a surprise when I feel my withered roots begin to grow. Well, I never had a place that I could call my very own. That's alright, my love, 'cause you're my home. When you touch my weary head and you tell me everything will be alright, you say, use my body for your bed, and my love will keep you warm throughout the night. Well, I'll never be a stranger and I'll never be alone. Wherever we're together, that's my home. Home can be the Pennsylvania Turnpike, Indiana's early morning dew. Oh, high up in the hills of California, home is just another word for you. Oh. Well, I never had a place that I could call my very own. Wherever we're together, that's my home. If I travel all my life and I never get to stop and settle down, long as I have you by my side, oh, there's a roof of love and good walls all around. You're my castle, you're my cabin, and my instant pleasure dome. I need you in my house, 'cause you're my home. You're my home. Oh. How everybody doing today? Let us say hello to the masses. It's our friend Moritz who told me I'm not going to be able to see the show because I'm studying for a test, and he's such a diligent, committed student. And I said, well, that's all right, Moritz. We totally understand. We'll look forward to seeing you when you're available. And then he got right back to me and he said, oh, I guess it's not going to be that hard of a test. I finished studying for it faster than I thought, so I guess I'll be here anyway. So hello, Moritz in Graz, Austria. Good to have you with us. Hi, Silvio, joining us in Romania. We have our friend Lucio joining us in Italy. Late nights all around. Thank you for joining us, guys. Our friend Bill Hasty, one of all of our favorites. Viviano, also from Italy. Thank you for joining us very much. Our friend Ms. Hooker in Virginia, joining us here, the unicorn gal. Well, she sent me a request or two, and I've got those coming up down the road here in the show. Blue Avenue, Viviano. Let me see here. I think I remember that one well enough to fake my way through it. I'll do my best. Let's see here. KJ wants to know if I can play some Kenny Rogers. Absolutely. Love Kenny. Glenn Contouris is here. Thank you for joining us. Jakob in Norway is here. Excuse me, in Denmark. I always say Norway, and I mean Denmark. Jakob's here. How are we doing? Hi, Steve. When are your live Q&As on Facebook? Moving Out by Billy Joel. Yeah, I don't have a date for you on that, Jakob. I know we'll get back to it again at some point, but I'm tied up with some other projects right now, and I just don't have time to do it at the moment. But they'll come back eventually. When they do, I will make an announcement in the Facebook group. Thank you. Okay, Moving Out. It's a great one. George J. says hi from Gisborne, New Zealand. Nice. Good to have you with us. So we have some people putting in a late night and some people putting in a really early morning, like George here. Al Smith joining us from Hawaii. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to trade you the wind for the 13-degree weather that I'm dealing with right now. Good to have you with us, Al. Viviano asks, what kind of keyboard do I use? This is a really old instrument. This is a Baldwin Pianoville. I don't think they make them anymore. I don't even know if the Baldwin company is in business anymore. But they were kind of a big deal for a while. But there's two things that I really like. I think it's got a good piano sound. I don't think it's as good as, like, say, the modern, the modern, like, Yamahas in particular. I know Roland has a good sound, but Yamaha, as far as I'm concerned, eats everybody's lunch in terms of their piano sampling. And this is a good sounding one, but, like, the Yamaha motifs and the I believe it's the GX 660. I might be saying that. I might be saying the DGS 660 or something like that. Anyway, they're phenomenal. I know which one I mean. If I saw it in a store, I would know it. So that's what I'll eventually upgrade to. But what I like about this, in addition to it's got a pretty good piano sound, is the keys are semi-weighted instead of fully weighted, and so there's enough action on the keys that I don't make tons and tons of mistakes like I would if I were on just like spring loaded. But they're not quite so heavy, so my fingers, I can, not that I wouldn't adapt and get used to it if I was playing fully hammer action weighted, but I really like the way this feels under my fingers. The other thing is this has the best this has the best Fender Rhodes sound on it of any keyboard I've ever found in my life. So, like, when I want to play... or... And it's also got, like, a different, like, depending on what you did with all of the knobs on a Roland, it's got this sound, too. And when you combine the two, and it's just perfect for things like... So I really love that. And then as a sweetener, it has a phaser effect so that when I want to play just the way you are, so I've been very reluctant, even though this thing is over 20 years old, I've been very reluctant to replace it. My hands know it so well. It's got a very limited number of sounds on it. It was never built to be anything other than your piano, but they just happen to have an amazing electric piano sound too, to mirror the old Fender Rhodes, and everything that I love to play works really well either on the Fender Rhodes or on the just a straight up acoustic. So anyway, that's how I still have this one. But one of these days I'll probably upgrade to a Yamaha DGX 690, I think is the newest one. So anyway, a little bit of shop talk there. Thanks, Viviano. Samuel Lindberg is here. Hello. Thanks for joining us. Robin A. says, hey, Steve, last Sunday was the first time I watched. Had to come back again. Do you do Harlem Nocturne? Hey, Robin. Off the top of my head, no. I know I played that song in my high school with my high school jazz band. But I can't even remember exactly which. I know it's got some kind of creepy, like some awesome. When I say creepy, I mean good, like some kind of minor chord things. But I wouldn't be able to fake my way through it today if I wanted to. So I apologize. I'm going to let you down. But thank you for coming back. Always good to have new viewers. Augustin Cordero says, "Hi, Steve. Could you play I've Seen That Movie Too by Elton John, please?" That's a deep cut I'm unfamiliar with, Augustin. I'm sorry. I'm going to let you down on that one only because I've never heard it. I'm going to have to look that one up. My bad. I know a lot of Elton John songs, but that one is outside of my current range of knowledge. Stinker. Sorry about that. Hey, Steve, any chance you could do Your Song by Elton John? This is courtesy of the Millers. Yes, that one I definitely know. We'll throw that one in today. Susie Wheeler's joining us from Florida. Okay. And let's see here. Viviano also asked about And So It Goes. Haven't done that in a while. I'll try to squeeze that in today. Thank you very much. Kevin Ford joining us from Northeast England. Got all kinds of awesome people here today. And Joe Toth is saying thank you for the Rosalinda's Eyes tutorial. Thank you very much, Joe. I'm glad someone's enjoying it. Still rough, but better every day. You know what? That's how it goes, my friend. That's how it goes. Okay, let's get started on some of these requests. We'll start with one that Ruth asked me about earlier today. This goes back to the 1970s. This is by an artist called Dan Hill. And he only had one other hit that I'm aware of that actually came years later in the 80s. But this is my favorite Dan Hill song, and I used to love, this used to be kind of in the, what she was asking for was yacht rock, which is kind of that nice, easy, soft sound that came out of the 70s and early 80s. And I had a radio station in my hometown of Ogallala, Nebraska that played a lot of yacht rock, and this was heavily in the rotation. So I heard it a lot as a kid, and it was always one of my favorites. Let's see if you can spot it. Whoops. helps to have the words in the right place here. We're going to have to do a take 2. Which is showbiz talk for I just screwed up. You ask me if I love you, and I choke on my reply. I'd rather hurt you honestly than mislead you with a lie. Who am I to judge you on what you say or do? I'm only just beginning to see the real you. And sometimes when we touch, the honesty is too much. And I have to close my eyes and hide. I want to hold you till I die, till we both break down and cry. I want to hold you till the fear in me subsides. Romance and all its strategy leaves me battling with my pride. But through the insecurity, some tenderness survives. I'm just another rider, still trapped within my truth. A hesitant prize fighter, still trapped within my youth. And sometimes when we touch, the honesty's too much, and I have to close my eyes and hide. I wanna hold you till I die, till we both break down and cry. I wanna hold you till the fear in me subsides. At times I'd like to break you and drive you to your knees. At times I'd like to break through and hold you endlessly. At times I understand you, and I know how hard you've tried. I've watched while love commands you, and I've watched love pass you by. At times I think we're drifters, still searching for a friend, a brother or a sister. Then the passion flares again. Sometimes when we touch, the honesty is too much, and I have to close my eyes and hide. I wanna hold you till I die, till we both break down and cry. I wanna hold you till the fear in me subsides. All right. Thanks, Ruth, for the request. Ken W says, or Kez W says, "Hey Steve, I don't catch these often, but I was thrilled to see in my subscription that you were performing some listening while filling out 1,000,000 job applications." Well, hey Kez, thanks for dropping by, and I hope that at least one of those returns you the result that you're looking for, my friend. Dawson Rogers, hey bud, thanks for stopping by. Very talented young man on the rise right there, folks. Future star in our midst. Maddie is joining us from Finland. Good to have you with us, sir. James McGeehan, probably. Greetings from Ireland. Thank you for joining us. Good to have you with us, James. Also from Ireland, John Devlin. Ireland is representing tonight. Good to have you with us. Awesome. Thank you, Viviano. I appreciate that very much for your kind words. She's Got Away. That's a beautiful song, too. We'll see if we have time for that as well today. We see Rhonda, one of my newest students. It sounds so nice, Steve. Love watching you play as it's helpful as I'm working through your course. Thanks, Rhonda. Well, it gives you a chance to see, what these fundamentals that I teach, after you've had time to kind of master them and start working in a lot of little extra details into the mix, but they're all based everything I'm doing here is based on the stuff that I teach in that crash course, and a lot of my more advanced ideas are in that deep dive. So thank you. I'm glad that you're enjoying it, and hopefully you're enjoying working through the material too. Appreciate it very much. That'll be fun, Viviano. He says he said, you play all the songs I played since I was 10, my whole life. You always make me cry. One day I'll fly to America and we'll play one great song by our four hands. Choose the song. Hey, either that or I'll meet you in Italy sometime. Sounds great. Probably more than one song, too. There's too many good ones to choose from. And hi from Moscow. David Gilbert King is here. Thank you very much. I so appreciate you tuning in, and I'm glad that YouTube is still accessible to you. So, okay, outstanding. Rhonda, I actually have my my computer screen. I have an iMac in front of me, just out of sight of the camera. And I bring the lyrics up. I do remember I don't use chords anymore or any chord symbols anymore. I just kind of work that out either by ear on the spot or I remember them because I've played the song before. But I probably have 300 songs up here with the lyrics well enough that I could do it without any help. But that's about as far as my brain is willing to go. And so I use lyrics to help me out so I can take more requests. Okay, let's get to some of these requests. Blue Avenue. Let's see if I can remember how this goes. So this song, I gotta quit this calling. Just making sure what key I'm in here. It's no use. Okay, I think it's actually here. Anyway, this song came off of an album in 1989, I believe. The album was called Sleeping with the Past. It's an Elton John tune. This wasn't a hit single, but it is a song that kind of stuck out to me. There were 3 singles that I know of for sure off of that album, and I love every one of them. Sacrifice was a big one. It was a big hit. Minor hits included Healing Hands and Club at the End of the Street. But this one is one of those album cuts that kind of stood out to me, and so it's been kind of fun over the years to have people let me know that they also kind of were struck by this one. So I may screw this up a little bit. I haven't played it in probably at least 2 years, and I probably only played it once, so I haven't reviewed it. So if this becomes a train wreck and falls apart in the middle, we'll all have a good laugh and move on to the next one, okay? But Blue Avenue. I gotta quit this habit. It's like some drug for you. You've been my sweet, sweet addict. I've been your little white boy blue. You got the same obsession. We ain't no cat and mouse. You linger on my lips like confession. Lay the traps in this house. It's no use, and it's no use. Each way we lose. crossroads of Blue Avenue. Hit and run knots. Let me try that part again. And it's no use. Each way we lose, you and me at the crossroads of Blue Avenue. You and me, hit and run knots colliding. Lighting true love passes through. Looks like we've got a wreck up on Blue Avenue. Blue Avenue. Blue Avenue. Two hearts get entangled, dirty minds, they go to town. Everyone's got an angle, little lies get spread around. Let them see what they want you and me, we already knew. Takes more than hocus pocus, babe, to save you from Blue Avenue. And it's no use, each way we lose, you and me at the crossroads of Blue Avenue. Hit and run knots colliding, true love passes through. Looks like we've got a wreck up on Blue Avenue. Blue Avenue. Blue Avenue. It's no use, each way we lose, you and me at the crossroads of Blue Avenue. Hit and runs on collide, hit and run on collide, and true love passes through. Looks like we've got a wreck up on Blue Avenue. Blue Avenue. Blue Avenue. I almost remembered how to play it by the end. Cool song. I'll have a listen to that one and try to learn it for real so that I can play it at a upcoming show and do it justice. Thank you for the request there. Okay, let's see here. Kenny Rogers. Can I play some Kenny Rogers? Let us see. Trying to decide. There's such a wonderful host of material to choose from with Kenny. I think I'm going to go with this one. This is a song that I put out on YouTube. I put a YouTube cover up right after Kenny passed away, which was like right after we got put in lockdown for the pandemic. Kenny died, and there was this meme going around that I don't want to make light of somebody's passing, but it was really perfect. He was like... Kenny Rogers dying a week into the lockdown was the biggest know when to fold him moment in all of human history. If you're unfamiliar with Kenny, his signature song was called The Gambler. It says you got to know when to hold him and know when to fold him. Anyway, This is my favorite Kenny Rogers song, and it was a big hit for him in the 70s. And this is what I put out to pay homage to the man, because he was one of my favorite artists growing up. This is called She Believes in Me. Well, she lays sleeping. I stay out late at night and play my songs. And sometimes all the nights can be so long. And it's good when I finally make it home, all alone, while she lays dreaming. I try to get undressed without the light, and quietly she says, "How was your night?" And I come to her and say it was all right, and I hold her tight, and she believes in me. I'll never know just what she sees in me. Let me do that right this time. Believes in me. I'll never know just what she sees in me. Where does it go? I've played this song 1,000 times, but not for a little while. So I apologize. We're going to do another take two, but first I have to figure out where I'm going with this. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. It's one thing when I'm doing a song that I haven't played really before, but it really irks me when I have that kind of a brain fart on a song that I know. So we're going to take that one from the top. Pretend that didn't happen. While she lays sleeping, I stay out late at night and play my songs. And sometimes all the nights can be so long. And it's good when I finally make it home, all alone, while she lays dreaming. I try to get undressed without the light, and quietly she says, "How was your night?" And I come to her and say it was all right, and I hold her tight, and she believes in me. I'll never know just what she sees in me. I told her someday if she was my girl, I could change the world with my little songs. I was wrong, but she has faith in me, so I'll go on trying faithfully. Who knows, maybe on some special night, if my song is right, I can find a way. I can find a way while she lays waiting. I stumble in the kitchen for a bite. I see my old piano in the night, just waiting for me like a secret friend. And there's no end while she lays crying. I fumble with a melody or two. I'm torn between the things that I should do. She says to wake her up, and I am through. God, her love is true. She believes in me. I'll never know just what she sees in me. I told her someday if she was my girl, I could change the world with my little songs. I was wrong, but she has faith in me, so I'll go on trying faithfully. Who knows, maybe on some special night, if my song is right, I'll find a way while she waits, while she waits for me. All righty. Thank you for the request there, KJ. We're going to do one now by Bryan Adams by request. This came in ahead of the show. I don't think I've ever done this one before, but I always liked it. This is Brian's breakout hit. I think it goes all the way back to like 1982 or something like that. But I think Bryan Adams is an absolute treasure in the musical community, and I think that he is criminally underrated and underappreciated. I think a lot of people just don't even know who the guy is, even though they know his songs. And I think he's one of the best singers who's ever grabbed a microphone in popular music, and he's also a fantastic songwriter and a very, very fine guitar player. So he's like a triple threat. So happy to be forwarding his music a little bit, and I definitely think he's a crown jewel of the Canadian artists that have made it big here in the United States. I could start dreaming, but it never ends. As long as you're gone, we may as well pretend I've been dreaming straight from the heart. You say it's easy, but who's to say that we'd be able to keep it this way? But it's easier straight from the heart. Give it to me straight from the heart. Tell me we can make another start. You know I'll never go as long as I know it's coming straight from from the heart. I'll see you on the street some other time, and all our words would just fall out of line while we're dreaming straight from the heart. Give it to me straight from the heart. Tell me we can make one more start. You know I'll never go as long as I know it's coming straight from the heart. Straight from the heart. Tell me we can make one more start. You know I'll never go as long as I know. Give it to me straight from the heart. Say we can make one more start. You know I won't go as long as I know it's coming straight from the heart. Just one more star. You know I'll never go as long as I know it's coming straight from the heart. All right, thank you. Here's one for our friend Jakob in Denmark. 2, 3, 4. Woo-hoo. Oh, At the new works in the grocery store, saving pennies for someday. So Mama Leone left a note on the door. So Sonny, move out to the country. But where can I can give you a heart attack? You ought to know by now. Who needs a house out in Hackensack? Now all you get with your money. It seems such a waste of time, if that's what it's all about. Mama, if that's moving up, then I'm moving out. I'm moving out. Oh, ooh, oh, Sergeant O'Leary's walking the beats. Night he becomes a bartender. Works at Mr. Cacciatore's down on Sullivan streets, across from the medical center. He's trading in a Chevy for a Cadillac. You ought to know by now. And if he can't drive with a broken back, at least he can polish the fenders. It seems such a waste of time, if that's what it's all about. Mama, if that's moving up, then I'm moving out. I am moving out. Whoa. Ooh. Oh. You should never argue with a crazy mind. You ought to know by now. You can buy Uncle Sam with the overtime. your money. It seems such a waste of time. Yeah, that's what you're all about. Good luck moving up, 'cause I'm moving out. I'm moving out. Whoa. Woo. Oh. All right, thank you, Jakob. Let's see what else is happening here in the chat. Oh my goodness. Just saying, just looking to see what comments I've missed. Millers say, thank you for your song tutorial. Well, you're welcome. It took a couple weeks and a few swear words, but I can play. Took me a couple sessions and a few swear words to get that video finished. So, thank you very much. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. It's my pleasure, my joy. Okay. Funny thing, Kevin, I know 300 songs, and it's still, I managed to get a lot of requests outside of the boundaries of those. That's why I love live streaming so much. I need to like invest in the infrastructure to have lyrics when I'm playing live. I've never liked doing that when I'm out in front of people, because I don't want to be staring at my screen. I want to be paying attention to them, but it's reaching critical mass. And of course, the more I use the screen for lyrics, the worse my mind gets about being able to memorize them and learn them. So I think it's probably about time to just give into it. I need a teleprompter. David Gilbert King says, yeah, Google disabled profit for content creators from Russia, so we watch YouTube with no ads. Well, I guess there's a silver lining to every crowd, right? Or to every cloud, right? I'm glad you're able to tune in and watch. Thank you, by the way, Rhonda. That's very sweet of you. Glenn says, yeah, following up on my little rant about Kenny Rogers. Nice. Moritz, you let the 49ers get to you, man. I'm sympathetic. I was a 49ers kid or 49ers fan when I was a little kid. In the golden years with Joe Montana and Jerry Rice and Tom Rathman and Roger Craig and Ronnie Lott. John Taylor. It's a great team. Boy, lots of good memories watching those boys play. You're welcome, Viviano. Thank you for the request. Gavin Jones says, can you play the old 80s classic by heart called Alone? That one I know that it goes, how can I get you alone? But I don't know that I remember how the melody goes off the top of my head to like the verses and stuff, so I would really be at a huge disadvantage. So I wouldn't know how to fake my way through it because I just don't remember how it goes. I'll have to look into that one, Gavin, and bring it to a future show. All right? It's a good tune. I love Heart, too. They're a great group. You see, Viviano, All By Myself, Arthur's Theme. Ooh, let's do Arthur's Theme. I love this one by oh my God, like I know Eric Carmen. I love that song, but I kind of need to review that one before I try to go for it live. I think that'll end up being a train wreck. But I love Arthur's Theme. This is one of my favorite 80s songs by far. This came out, this is by Christopher Cross. This is one of those songs. This is one of those songs that my kind of yacht rock radio station when I was a little kid played all the time, and it was off of the soundtrack to the movie Arthur with Dudley Moore. And then I saw Christopher Cross a few years back. I don't know, it's probably a decade ago now, maybe even a little more than a decade. He was doing some shows with America. That was a great double bill. Saw him in this small arena in a little, just kind of a little shit town called Primm, Nevada, which is about 25, 30 miles down the road, down I-15 to the sort of northwest, or excuse me, sort of the southwest-ish of Las Vegas. And it's nothing, like no one would want to live in Primm. It's very small, but it's got like 4 casinos and some gas stations and fast food places. And I went to a number of good shows in Primm. They got some great kind of, like legacy entertainers, and one of them was this show. And anyway, Christopher Cross dedicated this to the memory of Dudley Moore because Dudley was actually a very gifted jazz and classical pianist in his own right. And it was really sad. He had a kind of a brain disorder, some kind of something kind of like a amyotrophic lateral sclerosis or something, but it's not that. It was a palsy of the brain, and it robbed him of the ability to speak, and he kind of lost his motor skills, and so he had to spend many years before he passed unable to do what he loved most, which was to play the piano. But anyway, it was very touching, and he dedicated this song to Dudley, and it was co-written with Burt Bacharach, who, of course, is one of the great songwriters of all time. And I just think this is a feel-good song. If you don't feel good when you hear this song, then you're kind of a cynical person, and I wish you well, but we probably shouldn't be friends. I'm just kidding. I can break bread with anyone. Okay, here we go. Arthur's Theme, the best that you can do. Once in your life you find someone who turns your heart around. Next thing you know, you're closing down the town. Wake up and it's still with you, even though you left away across town. Wondering to yourself, hey, what have I found? When you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. If you that you can do, the best that you can do is fall in love. Arthur, he does as he pleases. All of his life is a master's toys. Deep in his heart is dust. He's just a boy, living his life one day at a time, enjoying himself a pretty good time, wondering to himself, hey, they want me to be. When you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. If you get caught between the moon and New York City, the best that you can do, the best that you can do is fall in love. Get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. If you get caught between the moon and New York City, best that you can do, best that you can do is fall in love. I know it's crazy, but it's true, yeah. If you get caught between the moon and New York City, the best that you can do, the best that you can do is fall in love. A little rusty, but I love that song. All right. Ooh, we wanted some Elvis. Okay. Let me pull up some words here. I love Elvis. Elvis is like nobody who does what I do should, at the very least, not appreciate Elvis. Because Elvis is sort of where this whole experiment begins. That's not true. Okay, first of all, it started with a lot of very, very talented, largely African Americans in clubs. What Elvis did was he made this music accessible, and by that I mean since he was white, the radio would play it, and so he proliferated it. His success proliferated it. And he was pretty much just trying to rip off what all those awesome black guys were doing that he was sneaking into their clubs and watching them in the South. But I will always appreciate Elvis for the role that he played in getting rock and roll off of its feet commercially so that the zone could get flooded and popular music could be changed forever. So he was also a very, very wonderful, soulful singer. So let's see here. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in day. Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, but I can't help falling in love with you. Well, I can't help falling in love with you. Well, I can't help falling in love with you. Okay, by request here for the Millers. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. Don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions in a traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. You can tell everybody this is a song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, hope you don't mind, hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is sat on the roof and kicked off the moss. Well, a few of the verses, well, they've got me quite cross. But the sun has been quite kind while I wrote this song for people like you. Then keep it turned on. So excuse me for getting, but these things I do, you see, I forgot if they're green or they're blue. Anyway, the things what I really mean. You're the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. Tell everybody this is your song. Maybe quite simple, but now that it's done, hope you don't mind, hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is. Oh, you're in the world. Hope you don't mind, hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is. You're in the world. Okay, thank you very much there to the Millers for that request. All right, Dermot in Ireland says, could we dip into the Beatles songbook and do a little Penny Lane? I love that song. Let's see what we can do about that for you. In Penny Lane there is a barber showing photographs of every head he's had the pleasure to know. All the people that come and go stop and say hello. On the corner is a banker with a motor car, the little children lapping him behind his back, and the banker never wears a Mac in the pouring rain. Very strange. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban skies I sit, and meanwhile back Penny Lane there is a fireman with an hourglass, and in his pocket is a portrait of the Queen. Likes to keep his fire engine clean. It's a clean machine. Woo. Woo. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. For a fish and finger I sit in, meanwhile, back behind the shelter in the middle of a roundabout. The pretty nurse is selling poppies from a tray, and though she feels as if she's in a play, she is anyway. Penny Lane, the barber shaves another customer. We see the banker sitting waiting for a trim. Then the fireman rushes in from the pouring rain. Very strange. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban skies, I sit and meanwhile back. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban skies, Penny Lane. Thanks, Dermot. Love that song. I guess that's why they call it the blues. That's a great one. Let's see. I'm going to read some other comments, and then we'll get back to some requests there. Caleb James wants to know if I can do You May Be Right. Yeah, maybe we'll close with that one since it kind of shreds your voice in half to do it, but I love that song. Falling of the Rain, Please. I am sorry to say I have not yet worked that one up. That one's going to require a little more thought than off the cuff. It's got a lot of moving parts in it, and it's one that I need to get on the ball, and actually it's probably one of the last like major piano ones that Billy Joel did that I've never sat down and just kind of figured out properly. So I'm sorry, got to let you down today, but I'm sure that we'll get to that in the future because I want to be able to play his whole catalog. Raggedy Antoinette. I remember as a little kid being bored at that movie Arthur with my mom, but I always loved that song. Yeah, I like the movie okay, but I love that song. Thank you. Appreciate your comment. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Put that on the list of things to consider. Thank you very much. Anything by the great Bruce Hornsby? I can kind of fake my way through one of them a little bit. I'll put that in as something to think about. Thank you. Tiny Danza. I'm not going to be able to get to all of these requests, but I'm putting them. I just learned there's a way for me to save all the comments that have requests so that they're in a special place and I don't just totally forget that you asked, at least. Okay. Hi, Charlotte. Good to have you with us. The Long and Winding Road. That's a great tune. Nice. Haha, thanks. Thanks, Gavin. I like being called old chap. Okay, let's see here. Who do we have here? Revtic says, hey, Steve, was wondering if you could possibly make a tutorial on the intro to My Life, Ode to Joy, in the style that Billy Joel does it. Many of us aim to replicate that live show feel on the piano. I can't promise I'm going to be working on it tomorrow or anything, but it's definitely something that I'll consider in the future when I'm making YouTube content. So thanks for letting me know, Rev. Appreciate it. Rob Castelli says, if you got into a belly bopping contest with Kevin Lawrence, who would win? I got 25, says you'd knock him. I don't know, like I would definitely have the size advantage, but he's kind of a scrappy little guy, and I know that he would fight dirty. He has way less integrity than I do. So, I don't know. It's probably even money. Okay, let's see here. Seeing you played Mr. McCartney, how about 1985 by Wings? Don't know that one. I'm sorry, Gavin. I like Wings, but I'm not as crazily familiar with their catalog. James Taylor would be great. Okay, I'll put that in my list of considerations. And let's see, this catches me up with the comments. Congratulations, Stevie. You're very good. I'm talking about Brazil. If you can play some of Billy Joel, thank you very much. Well, coming at us from Brazil, thanks for joining us. I think it's Obrigado. I think I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I'm trying to say thank you in Portuguese. All right, let's get back to these requests and see what's still floating around out there that folks might want to hear. Let me try this one. We're going to try a little bit of Bruce Hornsby from the 80s here. That's just the way it is. No. I always have to try to remember what key I'm doing this in. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Okay, so it's probably more correct here. Okay, yeah, okay. We'll see how we do here. I'm not an expert at Bruce Hornsby or his stylings, but I've always liked this song, so we'll give it a try. And if I get lost in the middle of it and it falls apart, then I'll stop and say, at least I tried. All right? Standing in line, marking time, waiting for the welfare dime, 'cause they can't buy a job. The man in the silk suit hurries by, catches the poor old lady's eyes. Just for fun, he says, get a job. So that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. So don't you believe them? Said, hey little boy, you can go where the others go, 'cause you don't look like they do. Said, hey old man, can you stand to think that way? Do you really think about it before you make the rules? He said, son, said that's just the way it is. So some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Well, they passed a law in 64 to give those who ain't got a little more. But it only goes so far, 'cause the law don't change another's mind when it all sees is the hiring time, is the light on the color bar. No, that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, it is, it is. Okay, let's see here. What else is on this list? James Taylor. A lot of good options with James Taylor. Trying to decide which one is the one I want to go with. Ooh. I'm going to go with this one because he wrote it. My other favorite James Taylor one actually was written by Carole King. We'll go with something that's native to James' pen. James's pen. Anyway, this is one of the great singer-songwriter songs of all time. Let's see if you can spot this one. Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. Woke up this morning and I wrote down this song, but I can't remember who to send it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain, sunny days that I thought would never end, lonely times when I could not find a friend, but I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? Gotta help me make a stand. You just gotta see me through another day. My body's aching, my time is at hand, and I won't make it any other way. I've seen fire and I've seen rain, sunny days that I thought would never end, lonely times when I could not find a friend, but I always thought that I'd see you again. Now I'm walking my mind to an easy time, and my back is turned toward the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. There's hours of time on the telephone line to talk about things to come, sweet dreams and flying machines, pieces on the ground. I've seen fire and I've seen rain, Saying sunny days I thought would never end. Seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought I'd maybe see you one more time again. Thought I'd see you one more time again. Thought I'd see you, Lord, one more time again. All right. Let's jam a little bit, shall we? Don't wish it away. Don't look at it like it's forever. Between you and me, can honestly say things can only get better. While I'm away, dust out the demons inside, and it won't be long for you and me to roam to the place in our hearts where we hide. I guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my hands could be time spent with you, laughing like children, laughing like lovers, rolling like thunder under the covers. Guess that's why they call it the blues. Just stare into space, picture my face in your hands. Live for each second without hesitation and never get on your man. Wait on me, girl, cry the night if it helps, but more than ever, simply love you more than I love life itself. Guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my hands could be time spent with you, laughing like children, laughing like lovers, rolling like thunder under the covers. I guess that's why they call it the blues. Wait on me, girl, cry the night if it helps, but more than ever, I simply love you more than I love life itself. And I guess that's why like lovers, and I guess that's why they call it the blues. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. In every heart there is a room, a sanctuary safe and strong, to heal the wounds from lovers past, until a new one comes along. I spoke to you in cautious tones. You answered me with no pretense, but still I feel I've said too much. My silence is my self-defense, and every time I've held a rose, it seems I only felt the thorn. And so it goes, and so it goes, and you're the only one who knows. But if my silence made you leave, then that would be my worst mistake. So I will share this room with you, and you can have this heart to break. This is why my eyes are closed. It's just as well for all I've seen. And so it goes, and so it goes, and you're the only one who knows. So I will choose to be with you. That's if the choice were mine to make. But you can make decisions too, and you can have this heart to break. And so it goes, and so it goes, and you're the only one who knows. Okay. seemed to spoil the band. Pretty eye, pirate smile, you marry music man. Ballerina, you must have seen her dancing in the sand. Now she's in me, always with me, tiny dance in my hand. Jesus freaks out in the streets, handing tickets out for God, turning back. She did the last. The boulevard is not that bad. Get on my head, it makes a stand in his auditorium, looking on. She sings a song, the words she knows, the tune she hums. Whoa, how it feels so real, lying in with no one near and only you. You can hear me when I say softly, slowly, hold me closer, tiny dancer. Cabin lights on the highway, lay me down in sheets of linen. Your hand up in the dead and dead. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. Cabin lights on the highway, lay me down in sheets of linen. Your head a busy day to day. Blue jean baby, LA lady, seem to spoil the man. Pretty eye, pirate smile, you marry a music man. Ballerina, oh, you must have seen her. She was a dancing in the sand. And now she's in me, always with me, tiny dance in my head. Well, how it feels so real, lying in with no one near and only you. You can hear me when I say softly, slowly, hold me closer, tiny dancer. Count the lights on the highway, lay me down in sheets of linen. You had a busy day today. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. Count the lights on the highway. Lay me down in sheets of linen. You had a busy day today. All right, let's finish on a party note, shall we? Well, Friday night I crashed your party. Saturday I said I'm sorry. Sunday came and trashed me out again. I was only having fun, wasn't hurting anyone. We all enjoyed the weekend for a change. Stranded in the combat zone, I walked to Bedford style on and rode my motorcycle in the rain. You told me not to drive, but I made it home alive. So you say that only proves that I'm insane. You may be right, I may be crazy. Wow, but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the lights, don't try to save me. You may be wrong, all I know, you may be right. Now I think of all the years you tried to find me. I know the words better than that, and I didn't pull them up. Something about an election. Jeez. Just hang with me for a second. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. Remember how I found you there, alone in your electric chair. I told you dirty jokes till you smiled. You were lonely for a man, so take me as I am, 'cause you might enjoy some madness for a while. Now think of all the years you tried to find someone to satisfy you. I might be as crazy as you say. If I'm crazy, then it's true. It's all because of you, and you wouldn't want me any other way. You may be right, I may be crazy. Whoa, but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. It's too late to fight, it's too late to change, man. You may be wrong, all I know, you may be right. All right. but it just may be the lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the lights. Don't try to save me. You may be wrong, but all I know, you may be right. Well, you may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may be right. You may be wrong, but you may... Hey, you may be right. I may be crazy. You may be right. I may be crazy. Say 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know, maybe it's 299 songs I have memorized, the lyrics memorized. Okay, I think that's going to be all for today, folks. Thank you for all the great requests and for sharing some of your Sunday with me. I had a good time. I hope you did too. I'll be back here next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Hope some of y'all can join me, and we'll continue to have all these pleasant experiences together. If you're a musician, remember, if you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong. And for everybody, give as much love as you can to as many people as you can, as often as you can. None of us knows when this ride comes to an end, folks, but it will come to an end. So leave it all on the field. Don't have any regrets. Love you guys. See you next week.